Kids, you're back. Boy, are you ever looking more positive than I've seen you in a long time. I think it was just like yesterday. 4th of July! Happy days. Well, we already went through that, but I got to bring up corn. Very important, corn, on many levels. What you're watering, corn or weeds, remember that? And then there's another cute little story that just happened yesterday. This little sweetie, her name is Amy. She helped me in the store. I needed corn. I have a chicken that's 15 years old. Yeah, 15 years old. I know it sounds crazy, but I added it up, and those numbers are correct. Cousin Jim brought over 7 chickens. They all didn't make it except this one now that I got. I mean, they kept going. It gets very warm here in the summer in Arizona, in the hundreds. And Gertrude, she's hanging in there now for going on. It'll be your birthday. Gertrude's birthday is coming up July, just before my birthday. And so we celebrated together. Long story short, I fed this chicken nothing but what I eat. Pretty much vegetables and, well, actually I gave her a little meat. I've been holding off on my meat, so I'm saying, what am I going to do with it? So I feed it to my cats, my dogs. I figured, hey, and Cousin Jim said she'd eat hot dogs. So I said, a chicken would eat meat? Well, it is true. You don't want to feed them too much meat, but just for a little snack. She loves a little hot dog, just a little bitty bit, and bread, of course, which I've been feeding her corn, just pretty much corn. So that's what the story was, just real quick here on Amy, this little sweetie. She helped me out. You know how archaic I am with computers or phones. This is all I basically have. So I went into the store and they had corn. Corn was 3 cents for 1 ear. For 1 ear of corn, it was 3 cents. But they didn't. It was some kind of digital. They have a digital thing. I guess apps. You got to get their app for the digital. That's the way they pull you in. So I went over to the corn bin. I was not much to pick from, but I had enough. And this one guy's opening them all up and all that. And I said, I knew about it, because there's mutants. There's mutant corn. You open it up and you get nothing. It's like halfway down. So you always want to open the corns up a little bit. I always knew that. This guy's really going crazy with it. I'm thinking, I kind of trust these guys. So I just threw 6 in my bag. And then he comes back and said, because we were talking, how this is a great deal. 3 cents for an ear of corn. 6 cents. Or 3 cents. And he's saying, he comes back and says, yeah, well, if you don't have this thing, it's going to be 69 cents. I said, 69 cents for an ear of corn? I don't know. I said, well, so I had my bag of corn. I go over to the information place, Amy, information. And I said, how do I do this? She says, you got a phone? I said, absolutely. So she says, let me see your phone. She goes, beep, 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 beep. And she puts the app in. She pulls up the corn that I need. And it did say 1 time. But when it said 1 time, I thought, well, maybe I'll get 6 now. I'll come back tomorrow and get some more. My chickie needs some corn, especially in the wintertime. Hard to find corn in the winter. So Amy's doing all this thing for me. And all of a sudden, it's like 18 cents for 6 corns. Fantastic. So 4th of July, I go to my party. I'm sorry. It was the day before 4th of July. So I had the corn ready for the party. The next day I go to the party. They all have corn. I said, well, I got too much corn now. I said, we'll put it away. I'll take it home with me. I forgot the corn. So that was yesterday on 4th of July. So I come back and I had nothing for Gertrude. No corn. So I stopped off at the same store, and then I went back to the bin, which was nothing. They had nothing but mutated corn. I mean, some were really small, but I was desperate for corn. I was just throwing it in the bag. I said, I'll take this. So I go over to Amy, and she says, no, this doesn't work anymore. You only get 1 time on this. 1 time? Why did I sign up for this? And she says, well, there's also these other things that you can get, like 4 corn, $1 off, And I said, oh, okay. So she helped me find some corn. That's all there is to it. We go back and did the boo boo. She was very quick on the phone finding that corn to get the dollar off. So it was $4 for. It was basically $1 a piece, I guess. But that other corn was mutated, so I have to feed the best for Gertrude. Gertrude being almost 15, I looked up Guinness records. I thought maybe I got something here. You know, I looked Google. I googled, and the Google said a magician had a chicken that lived 16 years. 16 years. Okay, Gertrude's got to hang out another year now. I'm going to have to really keep an eye on. I do fresh water, fresh corn, all that. So now, getting back to Amy, the little sweetie, I saw on her arm some tats. They call them tats. In my day, it was tattoos. That was well. So the tats she had these mushrooms. These mushrooms that Uncle Martin had partaken in when I was out in the desert. So I said, wow, those are the mushrooms. I didn't know that, you know, the red and white mushrooms existed until I was out with the shaman and the other Indians, and we were mixing the bags, if you remember episode 27 and 28, which you kids can't see unless your parents say it's okay, by the way. So Amy, I got back there on the second day. She's helping me. I said, by the way, you did look up Uncle Martin, you know, how to beat up a bully, comma, without having to fight. You did look him up. She says, oh no, I couldn't find it. I didn't have time. She says, what is it? So she puts it up. Oh, that's there. It's your hat. It's you. I said, yeah, that's me. And she says, well, give me a shout out sometime. I said, well, you know, I'm kind of new at this. I haven't even had one comment. I was going to tell her that. So, long story short, I get home, and then I don't know. I guess she must have looked up 27 to 28, you know, and then she puts a comment, you know. She puts two little sweet comments. So I gave her back a comment, which was, I had to Google. Do you talk back to the comments? Oh yes, you talk back to the comments. I said, okay, I'll send her a comment too. So I sent her a comment, and now the funny thing is, kids, in this world, there's always a positive. There seems to be a negative, isn't there? It does seem to be that way. After that comment last night, I get another comment this morning. It was, I don't know if you'd say it's negative. It seemed kind of negative. It was some fella. He didn't really leave his name. Amy left her name. So this fella said, and he was talking about episode 27 and 28. He says, not very original. Not very original? Not very original? Uncle Martin's not original? Well, I want to say something about originality. It is in the eye of the beholder. And I think I put that down with, I hope I didn't hurt your feelings. And I really meant that because, you know, I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. So as far as kids, the uniqueness you are, the originality that you are different than all you kids, all you parents, anybody that's breathing is different than anyone else on planet Terrific, all right? You've got a bunch of different things that compare to nobody else. It's your iris, your retina. Both of these in your eye are different than anybody else. In fact, they're doing facial stuff now with your eyes. You go by and they got you, you know, that kind of thing. There's the lips. You have some blueberries or put some lipstick on, and then you kiss a paper. You compare it to anybody else. Those lip prints are different than anybody else. Your ear has little ridges. The ridges are different than anybody else. In fact, science right now can tell if you're a boy or a girl by your ears. Isn't that science crazy? Isn't it? So then you got the tongue. More blueberries. Lick a piece of paper. You compare it to anybody. Those tongue prints are different than anybody. All right. You got voice. Me. everybody's voice is totally different than anybody else's voice. In fact, I was talking to Nikki, the fellow back in episode 8 with that bully that I was in 6th grade. He was in 9th grade. I got hold of Nikki. I was saying, did you get hold of Tom yet? And, no, he hasn't gotten a hold of Tom. And then he said, there's some things that never change. Your voice. I said, my voice? I'm like, I've got more experience now than I did back in 6th grade. And this kid, Nikki, says that I had the same voice. I'm saying, ooh, that's really remarkable. So I guess we do kind of keep our same voice, kids, to an extent. They did say something about your teeth. Well, they can't get me there. Not until I get the ones that I sent out coming back. I'm not worried. I'm getting a little concerned. Then there's the toes. I just came across my birth certificate, and they had my little footy prints stamped on next to my big stamp with my name, where I was born. And I was asking somebody the other day, I was saying, I told them about my footy prints, and they said, yeah, they don't do that anymore. Why aren't babies being fingerprinted? Why aren't they getting their footprints? I don't know, I'm just asking. I believe all we got is the gate left. The gate. No, not the white picket fence gate. No, the gate of the way you walk. The way you walk is a gate of uniqueness that nobody else has. So kids, you have all these things that are unique and different than anyone else on this planet. Terrific. Isn't that fantastic? So when this other fellow, didn't leave his name, said that I wasn't original, I was wondering, was he just thinking, I think he was just thinking Uncle Martin wasn't original on episode 27 and 28. But I was thinking about that. I don't know. Did he live with a shaman medicine man? Did he spend a night in that particular cave? Did he live on some hot springs in a nudist colony or nudist commune? I'm sorry, the colonies. The colonies were the guys that came over and gave corn to the Indians, right? I'm sure. I've been thinking about this all day, and that's why I'm just bringing this up now. I'm thinking maybe he gave that, and I don't feel it really to be negative. It was just maybe his opinion that Uncle Martin, it's not very original. I believe since he looked at episode 27 and 28, he might still be holding on to the goodies. He hasn't let the goodies go yet. And if that's the case, I'm just saying, that's okay. All I was saying is it's not necessary. We all have to hold on to whatever we have to hold on to until we really see that we don't have to hold on to it anymore. And that could be the goodies, the bag of goodies, or just something that we have an attachment to that we just can't let go of. So, we all are on different levels of our attachments, what we must have, which we must have. So I just wanted to put that out there, that we can't judge anybody, and that's all. And I hope whoever that guy was, I didn't hurt your feelings. I really mean it, man. I mean, from the heart here. If I hurt your feelings, I'm sorry. Boy. So I just wanted to say I did get the corn in time because sundown. It was getting close. Sundown is when Gertrude Henrietta. I call her both. And just while I got you, it is such a cute story. She has not laid an egg for me for, it was 2 years ago, so it was 13 years. She laid eggs up to 10 years old. Then it was 3 years that she did not lay one egg. And we converse, we commune to each other. Yeah, I talk to her. I go, blah, blah, blah. And she comes out running for the corn or whatever I got. So I'm putting the corn in this time and all the other goodies. And I said, Henrietta, I'm getting very disappointed at you. Now I was only joking, all right. If you do not lay an egg by tomorrow, I'm going to put you in the pot. And I don't know, she kind of looked around, right. I go home, I go to the house. Come out the next day with corn, all the goodies. And son of a gun, right there where I was pointing, you better lay, she laid an egg. She's a Rhode Island Red. She left me a big fat egg. There hasn't been any roosters around or anything. I'm just saying, was this something I said? Yeah, I mean, and that was 2 years ago, and I just felt it to be a real negative joke, so I just haven't brought it up because I can buy my own eggs, organic eggs. I got to get some more chickens, but it was just a cute little story I throw out there. Animals, I believe, can feel your vibration or everything, and it was a kind vibration. That was a joke, but she took it serious. Gertrude took it serious, and she laid me an egg. That was so cute. It was very tasty. So I'm just saying, there's animals that can feel, they can feel your vibration, kids. Kitties, dogs, mice, chickens, ants. I've talked to ants before. I said, you know what? I'm going to be killing you guys if you're not gone. You can move your house somewhere else, and they've been gone. They've left. Remember the story with the fly when I was up in the tree and communing with the fly at 6 up there, and then that other episode with how we kept that lizard alive. Wouldn't eat dead flies, so I had to. They'd land, and I'd say, I want it, and they go right into my hand, So it could be all a coincidence, you might say, but I say this: what you think will happen. So be careful what you think, and that's very important, kids. If you're thinking positively or you're thinking negatively, these things will come to you. So no matter who's calling you fatso, skinny, big nose, little ears, slowpoke, or whatever, please don't let it bother you, because that's exactly what they want you to do, is get all excited and start crying or screaming or they're calling you fatso, so you go home now and you eat like a half a gallon of ice cream or more food than you normally would have eaten. But now that's comfort to you to do that, to eat more because someone has hurt your feelings. These are all kind of psychological things you have to realize that you have to work with, that's all. And having people call you these names and stuff should not upset you to the point. And I'll tell you, I guess I'm going to be in that realm here because, again, I only started this like June 11th. 11. Those are master numbers. Ooh, what a coincidence. So June 11th to a day after 4th of July is all I've put together here for you guys. And I don't know. I think it's pretty positive so far, other than that one fellow that wasn't too happy. But we can't make everybody happy, kids. This is a positive and negative, terrific, terrible planet, depending on how you look at it. So you can't get all excited about when someone calls you a name, that's all, or gets on that computer and whatever they're doing to upset you. You got to just say, who are these people? Where are they coming from? And are they trying to excite me? Are they trying to get me angry? Are they trying to upset me? Obviously they are, because they're bullies. We have bullies that are, like I've been telling you about the 4 rules. Never start a fight, never run from a fight. If you're going to fight, you better arm wrestle first. And it doesn't matter if you're arm wrestle or fighting afterwards, you shake that guy's hand. And then, of course, if it's more than you and the kid, there's a bunch of them, or more than you and it, you go over to the biggest guy and knock him out. And, of course, after that, you never, ever hit a girl. All right, so that's pretty, that's logical, isn't it? Hitting a girl? What kind of person are you hitting a girl? Some of these girls will hit you back. That's not funny, because girls, you shouldn't hit back either. But that's what I'm saying. Fighting should not be fighting. You should have more love and understanding, as Uncle Martin has said in the past, and I stay with that. Love and understanding is what this world needs more and more every day. Okay. I guess we got the corn out of the way. We got the ears and the eyes and all this stuff that you are so special. You're mighty beams of light, mighty beams and beams of light that you don't even realize you are yet. But that's okay. That's okay. You are. And you're going to find this out more each day as you progress and run with that understanding that they're calling you names, maybe, these people, but in reality, you're bigger than that. You're not going to fall prey to crying about it or having your feelings hurt that someone is, or throwing that negative energy back, which which is what they're waiting for. They want that back. They need that. I worked with so many dispatchers on so many levels, and I saw these guys just getting really crazy on dispatchers, and I saw them one time. I was in the dispatch office, and they were chuckling and laughing. We got that guy today. Well, we sent him some crummy calls, and they wouldn't take what we were giving them, and we got back at them, and now they're not making any money. They can barely make their lease, and we got them now. Yeah, and I'm thinking, these dispatchers, I was dealing with these guys, and they never got me anyway, because I already knew about the law of what you give in, you give back, but I didn't know that well, I've dealt with a couple dispatchers on different levels, definitely. Beacons, that dispatcher, that'll be a cute story when he got popped in the head by Gene, and nobody remembered. The whole 24 in the room didn't remember. I was the only one who remembered the next day, and boy, what happens when you stand up and tell the truth? Some things happen. It could be negative, but it could come back positive, which it did. Whenever you see something happening, kids, that is wrong, is negative so much that it's a lie, and you have to stand forth and say, no, that's a lie, and I know the truth because I saw him get popped in the face. But it's what he said. You see, Gene, his mother, his wife was in the hospital going through some. They didn't know if she was going to make it or not, and all Gene wanted was to use the phone. And the dispatcher said, "What are you, a dumb?" And it was July. We had an office move. We were all pretty tense, working 12 hours under the hot sun, and Gene, under that circumstance, he had when all he wanted to do was use the phone, which you're not supposed to use the phone, but the outside phone was broken. He couldn't get to a phone all day. He wanted to know if his wife was alive or dead. I mean, come on, I gotta use the phone. What do you want? And then pop, 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 and everybody else forgot about it. Uncle Martin was the only one that remembered the next day. Yeah, I saw, because the guy, the union representative, comes in and says, "Is there anything what happened to Bobby blah, blah, blah?" And everybody says, "No, we don't remember. We didn't see anything." I'm looking around. All you guys are there. What do you mean you don't remember? And he says, "Do you remember?" I said, "Yeah, I remember." Gene went over and popped him in the head 3 times. His head went back. He says, "Great. Would you come forward and say that?" I said, "Well, yeah. Why isn't everybody else?" So I'll have to bring that up sometime, but I've run out of time again, and I'm so sorry for this, but I'll come back and okay, I'll start with that one, and then I'll go to the next one with money, women, and how important it is that you know what you're gonna get to know. Okay, until then. Aloha and be well.